Your AC just quit on the hottest day of the year, and the repair technician sets a bill on the table for $3,000. And all that's rushing through your head is, should we repair it? Should we replace it? And ultimately, there's a lot of nuance to that decision. So let's run the numbers together and figure out what are the costs maybe beyond the price tag that we aren't seeing right here on the repair bill. Let's get after it, guys. Oh, and by the way, we're dealing with a 3-ton system because that's the average size of system on most homes here in Oklahoma. So we have these two options ahead of us. Ultimately, our goal is to see which one costs us less. So we have the option that seems probably more enticing, which is a $3,000 repair bill right in front of us. We can get it taken care of and rock on down the road. However, we can also choose to replace it for $16,500, and we have a brand new system that has warranties, has labor warranty, has the peace of mind that we have a brand new piece of equipment in our house that's probably not going to break down for the foreseeable future. And really and truly, the gap between the two, so the repair gap of $3,000 and the replace gap to $16,500 can feel almost insurmountable. So let's run the numbers and see what actually makes sense when it comes to replacing this system, because beyond the $3,000 repair bill, we have a lot of other costs associated with it that are going to come down the pipe pretty quick because we are still dealing with an aged piece of equipment. And that $3,000 repair bill could be anything from a compressor to a coil to a blower motor and multiple different, a multitude of repair options. So $3,000 is just this number of if there's a large piece of the system that fails, i.e. one of the coils, indoor or outdoor, or the compressor that fails. That's going to be where we should start really looking at, okay, should we replace this system? Because we're dealing with things that are starting to fail, and if it's a major component, it is going to be a domino effect for years to come. So for this one, I brought out the paper because we're going to deal with a little bit of math here. So we have the energy efficiency. We talked about the SEER rating a little bit, but SEER rating, for all intents and purposes, let's just call it miles per gallon. It's basically just miles per gallon on your air conditioner that we're getting out of our electric bill. And in Oklahoma, we have about 1,500 cooling hours per cooling season. So in the summertime, our air conditioner is going to run about 1,500 hours. And at a 10 SEER system, like what we were talking about in the beginning, we have 5,400 kilowatt hours that get used while this system is running. Now, the 18 SEER 2 system is going to cool for the same number of hours, so it's the 1,500 cooling hours. However, because it pulls at such a lower amp, or it draws less, or it uses less fuel in our miles per gallon scenario, it's able to do it at just 2,400 kilowatt hours as opposed to 5,400 kilowatt hours. So with a rough average cost of electricity being 12 cents per kilowatt hour, over the course of each year, we're going to see about a $300 to $400 savings in utility bills on this 18 SEER 2 system over repairing our existing system. Not to mention, the existing system costs us more to run and is going to have, like I said, that domino effect of repairs. Compressor, then it's a coil, then it's a fan motor. And so it's just this never-ending trickle of increasing repair bills and increasing electric costs. Because let's be honest, the electric company, they don't keep the price the same. It always goes up just a little bit at a time. So we have those two factors to consider when it comes to repair versus replace. Not just the repair bill itself, but we have the electrical cost associated with it. Essentially $25 to $35 per month that you get to keep in your pocket as opposed to spending it on running your old and aged system that is just going to cause you more problems. There's an Energy Star audit out there that we lean on a lot as well. Is once a system reaches 10 years of life, it is a 10-year-old system, it's hit the decade mark, the average homeowner is going to spend about $500 per year. This is not including maintenance, $500 per year on capacitors, contactors, general repair oddities, filters, everything therein. You're going to spend $500 per year on just general repair and upkeep. Plus, if you have maintenance, it's going to be on top of that. But let's roll with this $500 per year. Now we have this average of $500 per year that we're expecting to spend, and we have a $3,000 repair bill sitting on the kitchen table. So now we have this compounding effect of, okay, well, if it's $3,000 today, well, next year it's going to be $3,500. And the year after that, it's going to be $4,000. And the year after that, so on and so forth, right? Whereas if we replace this system today at $16,500, more often than not, if you buy it from Yarbrough & Sons, that system lives under a 10-year parts and labor warranty. So now we have parts and labor covered for 10 years. So the only thing you have to worry about out of pocket is maintenance. And really and truly, maintenance you can get for as low as 99 bucks a year. So whenever it comes to that repair versus replace side of the brain, We have to look long-term as opposed to just what is our impact right now, because we can finance systems. Going back and forth between repair and replace and repair and replace, there's a whole lot of nuance here, but we made it as easy as possible. If you go to estimate.yarbroughsons.com, in less than 5 minutes, you can get an estimate as to what it would take to replace your home's existing HVAC system with a new one, or your water heater, whichever one. But for the sake of this video, your home's existing HVAC system in less than 5 minutes. All we need is your name, your phone number, email address, and your service address to make sure, one, you're in our service area, and two, to make sure that the systems we have lined up are actually going to work for your home. So in less than 5 minutes, you can see what it takes to replace your home's most expensive appliance, your HVAC system. So if you want an instant estimate, go to yarbroughsons.com. We'll get you taken care of. Or you can invite someone out to your house and they can take 1,000 pictures. And anyway, back to the video. When we finance systems, our monthly bill can be as low as $160 a month, $150 a month. And that right there is a whole lot easier to stomach when you get the peace of mind of a labor warranty, a parts warranty, and knowing, hey, if anything happens to this system, I don't have to worry or fret because for the next 10 years, we're safe. Whereas with a short-term repair, next year's coming, and let's be honest, based on all of the math, the tens of thousands of systems that we have serviced, we know that more than likely something else is going to fail on that system. So if we repaired that system today, right? If we roll the clock forward 5 years, here's what we do. Again, bringing the paper in because we're mathing it out right now. We're nerding up just a little bit. So we have that $3,000 repair bill that happened 5 years ago because, hi, it's future us. And now we have $2,500 in follow-up fixes and repairs. And on top of that, during that same time, we have $1,500 of extra spending on electric bills because our system isn't going to stay the same efficiency. It's going to degrade year over year. So we have another $1,500 in extra electric costs. That equals $7,000 over 5 years that we are now going to have spent on this old and aged system versus we have a $16,000 sale or $16,500 sale. So sorry. But we've saved $1,500 in electric. So we have a net cost of $15,000. So we've now brought down the cost of the new system and the old system just keeps stacking up costs year after year. Meanwhile, we're still riding cool with the new system. Fun side note, fun fact for you, most homeowners only ever purchase 2 AC systems in their entire life. So it's a pretty rare thing. I think the average person lives in like 5 homes over the course of their life and they only ever replace 2 systems. So you're more likely to buy a new home than you are to buy an AC system. So it's a big decision. Even though buying a house is a bigger decision, purchasing a new AC system is something we don't do very often, which is why we make videos like this, so that you can be as informed as possible. At the end of the day, at Yarbrough & Sons, and I hope whatever home comfort company you choose to roll with, we will do as little or as much on any given call that you want us to do. So you're still left with 2 options. Do I repair this system for $3,000 or do I replace it? And I get it. Repairing a system is probably less painful today than taking on the weight of, well, now I have a $16,500 bill to replace this system sitting on my desk. But like we talked about with the financing, let's not look at the $16,500. Let's look at cash flow. If we have $150 per month that we're spending on the financing of this system versus the unknowns of repairing an old and aged system, we're really just having to gamble, and really it's just risk. It's whatever you're comfortable with. If you want to repair your system for $3,000 today, well, we're more than happy to do so. However, just know that comes with a host of disclaimers that basically say, hey, I don't know what next year looks like for this system. I don't know what 2 years down the road looks like for this system. Because when a system starts having major components fail, it is going to continue trending that direction. And again, it's the same thing as your car. When a car has major issues start failing, major components start failing, guess what? It's probably time to start looking a different direction because, well, if it's the transmission, well then next it's going to be the engine, and well next we have an alternator fail, and it's this death loop that we see just kind of spiral down. And I want to help make sure that you make the most informed decision that you possibly can when it comes to your home comfort, because no one wants to sit there and look at a $3,000 repair bill or a $16,500 replacement bill. But when it comes to making this decision, a decision that you'll probably only make twice in your life, we have to make sure that you have all the cards, you have all the clarity that you need to make the best decision for your home comfort possible. And ultimately, whatever you choose, we want to be the home comfort team to take care of it. And I know, this is a plug. If you're in the Oklahoma City metro area and you don't have someone who's taking care of your HVAC and your plumbing on a consistent basis, we would love to be your team. Yarbrough & Sons has been in business since 1988. We've been serving the greater Oklahoma City metro area. That entire time, we've served tens of thousands of customers, replaced 50s of thousands of air conditioners and heaters over that time, and we would love to be your home comfort team. So when it comes time to choose repair versus replace, consider the hidden costs. Consider what it looks like 2, 3, 4, and 5 years down the road versus today if we replace this system with something that has a 10-year parts and labor warranty and you don't have to worry about it. Beyond that, guys, do something nice for somebody. You never know. It might change their life. Here we go. Yarbrough.